Here's the pitch by Lobitz. Ball bounces away. Smith really comes out of there very quickly.
Just small young lady, very quick, covers a lot of ground quickly. As you look at Stacy Paller, the number 3 hitter.
2 RBIs out there on second and third. And there they are.
Here's one of those alley shots you've been talking about. Paller rounding second, going to 3, and she'll get there standing up, scoring with 2 RBIs. She's been due, Lori.
Yep, she's a clutch player, both defensively and offensively. Again, the outside pitch. Paller goes right with it. She doesn't try and pull it, just out of the reach of the leaping Tracy Miner.
There you see Courtney Sigler coming in with the second run. So Lisa Hausman scores, and so does Courtney Sigler, and our score right now is 4-0 Moline. All of a sudden, they've broken it open on that triple by Stacy Paller.
Coach Don Kerr was a little worried about Meg's Lobitz's staying power before the game, and it does look like she's beginning to tire after the tough game that she had to pitch this morning when they beat Chicago DeSales 2-1 in 9 innings. The tough game that they had yesterday when they won 2-0 over Chicago Taft, and now facing a team with Moline's hitting power.
And that hitter right now is the cleanup hitter, Lori Peaster, and there's a shot to center. Another great catch out there. Karen Walker's been all over the place for Maine South, had some great catches. Saved that run.
Here comes the pitch. Karen Walker again gets a great jump on the ball, comes in, scoops the ball at her shoe tops, and she's coming up right out of that catch, looking at the runner on third base. She has played just sensational defense in center field.
We've seen her go over the shoulder, now we see her with the shoe top.
She can go any way you want.
Martha went looking to bring in a run and help her own cause as she looks at ball 1 high.
Martha's a very good hitter. In softball, you'll find pitchers are good hitters. Many of them bat in the cleanup, the 5th spot, as Martha's batting the 6th spot. They're not number 9 hitters.
Well, she's singled, so she's 1 for 2 tonight. There you see the runner at third behind the third baseman, looking for signals from the first base coach and trying to get the timing for the leadoff. Of course, third basemen have a tendency to stand in your way so you can't see and know when to leave.
I think that's part of the strategy.
Definitely by design. It was a good shot of Martha.
You know, the interesting thing about Moline, they have another pitcher, a left-hander named Jill Richards, who's going to Eastern Illinois to play softball, and she has yet to get off the bench in this tournament.
There's a long shot to right. Oh, and another over-the-shoulder catch. My goodness, Kim Komacki snares that one on the left side, but not before some damage was done. They score 3 runs, and the big hit, a triple by Stacy Paller. So 5, it's 4-0 Moline. We'll be right back.
Hit deep and right into the gap. And immediately Kim Komacki gets a good start, fully extends her glove and catches it right in the web. Was almost a snow cone.
So important to break right with the sound of the bat. Nice job. Here you see the score, 4-0 Moline.
And you see the Moline fans whooping it up over there.
Top of 6. They need 6 outs.
I think they see another state championship on the horizon. But stranger things have happened than them holding this lead.
Well, if there's any team that can create it, there seems to be a little leprechaun sitting on the Maine South Hawks shoulder most of the season. They're just a great little team, just keeps coming at you. They never give up. They combine that speed and aggressiveness to create things and create their own luck.
And they haven't given up. They're all up in the dugout, cheering their hitters on right now.
This is a shortstop, Kathy Cyprian. Kathy singled her last time at bat. Be great. Now she's had that single with 2 outs. Now she's leading off. It'd be a real bonus if they could get that leadoff hitter on base this time.
Right. They'll probably have to take a few more pitches now that they're down 4-0. You need runners now. You don't bunt and you don't take chances.
Ball was low. Counts 2-1.
You make that pitcher work, particularly a pitcher that's pitching her 3rd game in 2 days. And I'm sure Coach Kerr told his team that. He called them together at the end of the inning.
Whoa, that's the first pitch that's really come close to anyone. It's got away a little bit, inside 3-1.
Well, both of these pitchers are control pitchers.
Right back to Martha Wendt on the chopper. There's that running to and underhand throw you talked about, Lori.
That's called making sure.
Right.
Brings up the third baseman, number 55.
Here's the replay. Wendt pitches, one bounce, right to her, takes the ball out of her glove and just lobs the old underhand throw from about 8 feet.
This is Cheryl Roma, the third baseman. Cheryl, a good hitter, a .352 hitter. She's had a double in this game and then flied out to right field.
She's capable of hitting the long ball.
Oh, a shot down left field. This could be for extra bases. Picked up nicely out there by Houseman, but holds her to a single. That's part of that great fielding of the outfield in this tournament.
The ball's hit like a shot right by third baseman Stacy Powler. Lisa Houseman makes a great move to get over to the line and gets behind the ball and gets herself in position to throw the ball as she's picking it up.
There's a single into center. Oh, it gets by a little bit. Outfield, we're going to get some extra bases on that attempt. Well, they hold her up at third, but advancing to second is the hitter, Kim Kamaki.
They might have had a play on Kamaki at second.
Stacey Myers had a little bit of trouble coming up cleanly with that ball.
Here's the ball hit to center field.
It took a bounce there, Lori.
Yes, and Myers pulled up on it a little bit, and Komaki continued on to second when Myers had the ball with the play right in front of her, but she was concentrating on the play at third base. One thing Maine South's going to have to be very careful of when they're down by 4 runs is not to commit a base running error, because they can only spend 5 more outs, and they don't want to spend them on the bases. They want to make Martha Wendt earn those outs.
We're going to get a pinch runner right now for the Hawks over at third base. We're going to see Erin Roeder, a junior outfielder, number 36, replacing her.
Also at second base, we have a pinch runner, number 18.
That's Jenny Warno. So we've got 2 pinch runners. Now, that's always a tough situation for a coach. You put someone in that's not really warm, not really a regular in the game, and take away the judgment. But you got to have some speed right now. He's got to have the runs.
With the re-entry rule, a lot of coaches carry people that just come in and pinch run all year, and they're very aware of running situations.
Well, they're down 4-0, 1 out, runners on second, third, and Tracy Miner, the second baseman, up to bat right now.
Well, if Tracy Miner hits like she's fielded in this entire tournament, we ought to see a triple here.
Well, all of a sudden, we've had good contact by the Hawk hitters against Martha Wendt.
This is a little more hitting than you normally see from 2 pitchers of this caliber, but again, the fatigue factor has to be entering in.
Tracy quite a bit ahead of that pitch. There you see both runners. There's at third and at second. 2 RBI situations. She's trying to go right side, but a little bit past the white line. Foul ball out of play. 1-2 to Tracy.
One of the things that makes a good hitter is quick bat speed. We've seen more girls these days lifting weights and doing things to make their arms a little stronger so they can swing that bat a little more quickly.
Martha throws it up high.
Physical conditioning has become very much a part of the sport of softball.
1-2 the count to Tracy Miner. Love to get hit right now. Still trying to go that right side, but still out of bounds. 1-2, foul ball. The right fielder's actually fairly deep on her.
Maybe the scouting report tells her that she hits that way and hits long. These coaches have done a good job of scouting, I've noticed, in this tournament.
Got to protect the plate here with 2 strikes. Chopper, high chopper, comes down, but it's going to score a run and advance the runner to third. So Tracy gets a sacrifice as she advances.
Here's the replay of the last batter. Tracy Miner hits a chopper to short. Courtney Sigler very smartly gets the out at first base and lets the run score. The run really doesn't count because you've got a 4-1 lead. But if you make that hurried play home and don't get the out, then you're in trouble because then you have 2 runs in and the tying run up at the plate.
Well, the designated hitter who singled last time at bat, Chris Pugliani, batting with a runner on third. Score is 4-1 Moline. The shutout's gone.
Yes, and this is a very key batter because if you can cut the lead to 2 going into the 7th inning, then you've got a pretty good shot at coming back. 3 is just very difficult against a defensive team like Moline and a pitcher like Martha Wendt.
Good eye. She looks back at the catcher, eyes it in. 2-1.
You know, a lot of pitchers frown at an umpire when they disagree. Martha Wendt smiles. I think she's using the positive approach on this umpire.
Misses that one, evens the count at 2-2.
That's the Martha Wendt special. A rise ball out of the strike zone, get them to hit your pitch.
Jenny Warno at third, pinch running. 2-2-2. Pops it up. And we get an argument at first. Whoa, she says, I called it, but we've got it. And Amy Larson has the put out. So after half a sixth, they got a run, did the Hawks, and they're only down 4-1. We'll come back with the bottom half of the 6th inning right after this. Game, I'm Ann Penstone along with Lori Ramsey. It's been great so far. The score is 4-1 Moline, trying to defend their last year's championship.
That's right, and they've had a tough row to hoe to get here. They won their first game over Pekin 2-0 on just yesterday, as a matter of fact. And this morning they came back and had a tough game with Joliet St. Francis, which won 11 innings, and they finally won 2-1.
Well, of course, with the re-entry rule, both Roma and the other young lady are back into the ball game. That's one of the greatest rules I think that's been added to high school softball. A starter may leave the game and re-enter one time, and it gives a lot of latitude for the coaches.
Coaches like it because they can get more people on their squad involved, and of course that helps team morale. Every time you get on the field, you feel a lot better than if you just ride, sit on the bench, and then go back on that bus.
Well, we've got a sophomore entering the game as a pitch hitter as Coach Seitz comes over and checks with home plate umpire William Thompson.
Angie Anderson, who got the winning RBI today for Moline.
Angie, just a sophomore, we're having a discussion. It appears that she's going to replace in the batting order this time the pitcher Martha Wendt, give her a little bit of a break, but we're having some discussion.
Do you suppose they didn't report her?
That's one thing sometimes. Now they're being reported official. There you get a good look at William Thompson, the home plate umpire, reporting into the official score. So Angie Anderson will bat for Martha Wendt.
Bottom half of the 6th for Moline. Number 14, Angie Anderson. Anderson is batting in place of Myers.
If she had failed to report and she had gotten a base hit and Maine South had protested, she would be out, of course, in this situation.
Stand corrected, she's batting for Tacey Myers.
Myers, the center fielder for Moline.
Fouled that first pitch. Second pitch back, it's 1-1. So long since the first pitch because we had the discussion of whether she was in the ball game or not. It says 1-1, nobody out.
One thing about Angie, she gets her money's worth up there. She doesn't take a tentative swing. She goes after it full force.
You love to see that aggressiveness in a sophomore.
Two strikes on the batter here.
Change the count on us, so we're 0-2. That offering by Meg Lovitz is fouled off down the third base line. Coach Seitz picks it up, gives it to third baseman Roma.
You know, it's a little chilly here tonight, but the fans are still very vocal and very much into it, and the Maine Maine South group is standing up over there. Not the least bit upset by the score. They're going to help their team in every way they can.
They're so used to their kids coming back and back and back that I don't think it really bothers them. You get a good look at those Maine South Hawk fans. They've got some red and black balloons, and they're mostly wearing red. Angie Anderson, 0-2, nobody out, bottom of the 6th inning. Her team up 4-1, and she's hanging tough in there, fouling off 3 pitches so far.
Lobitz appears to be staying down and outside to Anderson, and she's kind of taking a chop swing at it. I don't think she likes the ball there.
Get a good look at the delivery here.
She got it up, and she hit it.
Nice single up the middle for Anderson.
Lobitz brings the ball up after staying down so many pitches. Up and down the middle. Anderson hits it up and down the middle, right where it was pitched.
That brings up Sue Smalley for the Maroons. Grounded out to the second baseman twice so far. Seems to be a right side. Goes down, lays down the bunt, third base line. Out first and looks to go to third, and they cover it well. Tracy Miner runs her back. So that'll advance Anderson to second, but keep her there.
Maine South had 3 players on third base. They obviously had scouted Moline.
They certainly had it covered. And that's a very common softball play where you bunt with a runner on first and try to get to third on that bunt.
A lot of teams will send their catcher down there to cover third when she's not in on the play.
Shot up the middle of Lobitz. Here comes a throw home, and on that throw, blocked nicely by Jenny Smith, Pollard advances to second. Heads up base running by the Maroons.
Here's the replay. The ball hit sharply up the middle. It looks like it kind of nicked Lobitz on the shin. Center fielder Karen Walker comes in, charges the ball, and holds the runner, Angie Anderson, to third base.
Good throw home, blocked nicely by Jenny Smith, who was right away looking right back up. But Pollard's foot speed got her to second. Lobitz with the offering, a little bit low. Giving it to Monica McLaughlin, who's had a great night. 2 singles and 2 runs scored.
Monica's a dynamite number 9 hitter.
Oh.
You don't suppose they're hiding their cleanup hitter down there in that 9th spot, do you?
Well, there's 1 out, blocked by Smith, and coming home. Great call by William Thompson. That tough call. The throw is a little bit high from Jenny Smith to Lobitz. And she stuck her hand out as she comes home.
Here's the rerun. The runner actually hesitated before she took off and then went full speed, used the old Pete Rose head first slide. Were blocked out a little bit on the tag by the coach, but the umpire certainly was in good position and hustling.
Really a good call. She stuck her hand over there just before Jenny could get that, Lobitz could get the tag down.
Lobitz didn't disagree either.
No. So that brings our score to 5-1. There's 1 out, 2-1 on the batter, Monica McLaughlin. She cracks a long shot to Walker out in center, who snags it looking home. The long throw, but Pollard has got such great speed. It was just too tough. The hit was too deep.
Walker really made a great throw from as deep as she was on that play, but Michelle Pollard's one of the fastest players on the field. Here's a rerun of it. A deep shot to center field. Walker drifts back, gets herself set, and the play's made at home plate, and it's not really a very close play. Catcher Jenny Smith had to move out in front of the plate a little bit to take the throw.
Well, with the bases cleaned off now and 2 outs, that brings up the leadoff hitter, Lisa Hausman.
Hausman's had quite a tournament in left field. Northern Illinois University will be very pleased to get her next year. She has great running speed. Lobitz getting set. Going to stay down on her. Ciprian charges the ball, makes a very nice play. Hausman goes head first into first base.
So after 6 innings, our score is 6-1 with the Maroons so far successfully defending their championship. And we'll be back with the top of the 7th and possibly the last 3 outs right after this. 3 outs, or we're going to have the Maine South patented big inning.
Well, it's nerve time, and there's a new pitcher for Moline, a left-hander, also a senior, Jill Richards, who will be attending Eastern Illinois University, so that we'll have the same two pitchers down at Eastern as a tandem next year, Jill Richards and Martha Wendt. Richards, a bigger pitcher physically than Wendt, has a long backswing on her windup. Looks like she throws a very good drop ball, which would be a contrast to Wendt's rise ball.
The lefty's going to face Jenny Smith. Looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter. Coming into the lineup for the Hawks is Kathy Restivo. Kathy has served as a designated hitter throughout the tournament. Kathy is a junior, a good hitter, and she's going to bat for Jenny Smith.
Kathy swings the bat very well. Played earlier today as the designated hitter.
She'd sure like to start off with a base hit and see where they go from there. There you get a good look at Kathy.
Richards warmed up for a long time in this morning's game when Moline went 11 innings and beat St. Francis 2-1.
She's got some speed on the ball there, Lloyd.
She throws good speed.
Well, she's well rested. It's a cool night air, but it's probably a good thing she warmed up so much. Right side fouled off.